Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're gonna put on our detective hats and grab our magnifying glasses. Why? Because our mission is to crack the code of reported speech. You know, that super important part of English that lets us share what other people have said.
All right, here's our mission plan. We're going to start with a central mystery, this tale of two sentences. Then we'll find the master key to the whole code, something I like to call the backshift time machine. After that, we'll check the scene for other clues, handle some special cases, and then finally, we'll put together a detective's checklist so you can solve any case you come across.
You know, every great detective story kicks off with a mystery. And for us, it all starts with two sentences that look pretty different, but are actually reporting the exact same thing. This is the heart of the puzzle we need to figure out. So check out our case file. On the left, we've got direct speech. Those are Max's exact words, right there in quotation marks. But on the right, that's reported speech. And look at the evidence. The quotes are gone, I somehow became he, and the verb am has mysteriously shapeshifted into was. So how on earth did that happen? This right here is the big question for our whole investigation. And to answer it, we've got to follow a trail of some really crucial clues. By the end, you'll go from grammar rookie to expert language detective. And now for our first major break in the case. Seriously, this is the most important clue we're going to find. It's a concept that basically works like a time machine for our verbs. We call it the backshift. And trust me, it is the master key to this entire code. So here's the deal. When your main reporting verb, like said, is in the past, the verb inside the quote has to travel back in time too. It takes one logical step further into the past. Simple as that. Now, what's so cool about this is that it lays out the entire system. See? This isn't just random guesswork. It follows a clear pattern. Present simple play becomes past simple played. Am playing shifts to was playing. Even words like will and can have a predictable jump to would and could. This is basically your secret decoder chart. But you know, any good detective will tell you the main clue is never the whole story. You have to look at the entire scene for other pieces of evidence. And in our case, that means paying close attention to pronouns and words that talk about time and place. Think about it. When you're telling someone else's story, the perspective changes, right? You're the narrator now. So if Max said, I am eating, when you report it, you have to say that he was eating. Those pronouns absolutely have to change to show who's talking now. And this is a perfect example of how context is everything. I mean, if someone said, I'll see you tomorrow to you last week, you can't report it today and still say tomorrow. That day is long gone. So tomorrow has to become the next day. And a place like here has to become there. The words have to update to fit the new situation. Okay, here's a pro tip for your detective toolkit. It's about say versus tell. And it all comes down to one simple thing. Did you mention who was being listened to? If you don't mention the listener, you use say. But if you do mention them, like me, us, or Sarah, you gotta use tell. Okay, so we've pretty much cracked the code for regular statements. Time to level up, right? Now we're moving on to special operations, how to report interrogations and direct orders. The rules are a little different, but the logic, it's exactly the same. For a simple yes or no question, your secret weapons are the words if or whether. These little words are amazing. They turn the whole question into a regular statement. You'll notice the word do just vanishes and the verb like backshifts to liked, just like we learned. The interrogation is now a clean report. Okay, that's easy enough. But what about the trickier questions? You know, the ones that start with who, what, or in this case, where? Well, the process is a little different, but it's just as logical. It's a simple three-step mission. First, keep the question word, so where stays. Second, and this is the key part, you flip the word order from a question, is the station, into a statement, the station is. And finally, you just apply our golden rule. Backshift the verb. Is becomes was. And there you have it. Case closed. And you know what? Reporting commands might be even easier. It's just a simple formula. You pick a reporting verb like told or asked, you name the person being ordered, and then you just add to plus whatever the action was. So sit down becomes he told me to sit down. It's just clean and direct. All right, we've gathered all our clues, we've analyzed the evidence, and we've learned the protocols for those special cases. Now it's time to put it all together with our final detective checklist. This will make sure we never miss a single detail.
Think of this as your go-to guide. Every time you need to report what someone said, just run down this list. Get rid of the quotes, change the pronouns, backshift that verb, update the time and place words, and make sure you handle questions the right way. If you follow these steps, you literally can't go wrong.
Okay, detective, your training is complete. You have all the skills, all the tools, so here is your final challenge. Look closely at the evidence on the screen. It's a question, it's got a special verb, it's got pronouns that need to shift, and a time word. So how do all the clues we've just uncovered come together to crack this one? The investigation is all yours.